Taylor Memorial Chapel here at Rush. I'm Father Clayton Thomas. I'm the chair of the Department of Religion, Health, and Human Values, and on behalf of all of the chaplains in our department, I want to extend our condolences to all those of you who are here this day to celebrate the life of Judith Dweisa. We'll share together stories, laughter, tears perhaps, joys and sorrows, memories and hopes and dreams. And I welcome you into this time that we are together just for this once, as this congregation assembled together to honor her memory, to give thanks for her life. Whoever you are and wherever you find yourself in your own journey of faith in your life, I invite you to participate as you are able in this time together. Through prayer or meditation or reflection, make this time your time to be together, to offer each other the strength and comfort that you can. As we begin, let me invite you to a moment of reflection or prayer as your own spirit moves you. O Holy One, source of life and sustainer of hope, we gather out of our need to mourn the death of your servant Judith, out of our need to honor her memory, out of our need to support each other, out of our need to be assured of your eternal presence in the face of things we cannot understand. Touch our hearts and minds with the sure knowledge of your love and care for us, for her loved ones, her children, Tino and Taka, and for each other. Be our strong rock and our salvation today and for all the days to come. Enable us in this time now to be brave in our remembering, honest in our sorrow, open in love and compassion to each other. Help us to seek not so much answers to our questions, but new ways of living. Help us to seek not so much an end to our sorrow, but the patience to mourn and to grieve. Enable us to remember with gratitude Judith's life when we have loved, and send us your peace. Amen. We invite Damaris Gonzalez to lead us in a litany of prayer.
We're going to thank you guys for being here. This is all a really difficult time for all of us. I'd like to invite you to read the litany together with me. I will read the first sentence and welcome everybody to read together the second as we go on. Let us remember and celebrate Judith's life, a beautiful mother, co-worker, and a friend. In the rising of the sun and its going down, we will remember her. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we will remember her. In the opening of spring buds and the warmth of summer, we will remember her. When the autumn leaves rustle and the air is chill, we will remember her. When we fear for the future and need strength from the past, we will remember her. When we anticipate good things and are overwhelmed with joy, we will remember her.
In the thousands.
Through our stories, our sharings, our caring,
In
the thousand things we do day to day, we will remember Judith, and we will be grateful.
So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Eileen French-Sherry. I'm the program director of the vascular ultrasound program here that Judith attended. And we have a lot of positive things to say about Judith, don't we? Judith was affectionately known as Judy, not Judy, not Judy, Judy, by those of us who loved her, knew her well enough to get the nickname. And I would just like to talk a little bit about how she came to Rush. So Judith left her home country of Zimbabwe to attend El Centro College in Dallas first. She received her Associate of Applied Science degree in Diagnostic Medical Sonography there in December 2006. In her program at El Centro, she was introduced to vascular sonography in the classroom and clinicals, which piqued her interest. And she was, to quote her in her application essay, she was making plans to pursue her bachelor's degree in 2007. In Judith's words, she also said, and I quote, she was privileged enough to travel to Denver to attend the SDMS conference in October '06. It was there at that meeting that Kim and I met Judith at a booth that we had for the Rush University Vascular Ultrasound program. And I recall her being just so excited, trying to hold it in, but being so excited to find a college where she could learn vascular and earn her bachelor degree at the same time, which to her was really thrilling. In her application, Judith stated, obtaining a bachelor's degree in vascular ultrasound would quench my thirst for more extensive knowledge and understanding of the subject. It would also give me the necessary qualifications to fulfill my dream of one day teaching vascular sonography. And she hoped to do that in the United States and Zimbabwe. In these few words, you can see Judith's bravery, to move to a new country. To me, I don't know, I think that would take a lot of courage. And you can see her drive to excel through a very practical approach, through education, and a hardworking approach, as I'm sure that you in the lab can attest to. But she also had enough humility in those words to say that she was privileged enough. That is something I don't usually see in these applications, to see that humility that is particularly Judith. What you cannot see in those words was her outstanding GPA, which means that she was very intelligent and hardworking again, and her great personality. Judith was an easy student to admit. It was a no-brainer. And then she worked hard, going to school full-time and working in the lab at Rush at the same time. Her gracious family took care of her two boys while she prepared a better life for them as a student and an employee. So after she graduated, then her boys joined her here in Chicago while she continued to work at Rush. As a student, Judith never disappointed us. She was her true self, happy, interested, an absolute joy to teach, and just to be around. Her smile made you feel at ease immediately with her, and her laugh could make a room full of people happy in a moment's time. Those dimples will never be forgotten, that's for sure. But Judith was so much more than a beautiful, happy person. She strove for excellence in her work, and she cared so much for people's well-being. She was preparing to teach a distance program at Rush. We were working on her syllabi just the week before her passing, and one of her dreams was coming to fruition. We're all hurting with our own personal loss of our beloved Judith, but we can all be a little happier each time we recall her, each of us here. We have stories to tell about her and mental images of that smile and that dimple and that laugh. I hope that soon the pain of her loss will be replaced only with joy that these stories bring to each of us as we continue to tell them. So Judith, thank you for the joy.
Speaking of joy.
I miss my cue.
Right, exactly. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Joy Slamberg, and I am an attending physician here in the Department of Radiology and in ultrasound. And I'm actually up here to speak for two specific groups of people, only, both of which one of which I've belonged to, and both of which have expressed just nothing but the most fond memories of Judith. The first group of people are the attending physicians in the department, and specifically the ultrasound attendings.
who, just know Judith as part of our whole extended ultrasound family. And every single one of us remembers her really easygoing nature and warm personality and her bright, bright smile and her excellent clinical work and scans. She just never complained about a hard day. And even though you would know it was going to be one of those long days, Judith would come in and the whole spirit would just lift because you knew Judith had come in the afternoon, and you knew you were going to make it through, and she would do everything she could to try to expedite the day as much as she could. She just did such a great job. We'll all remember all of her amazing technical skills and her just pleasant, warm, easy to be with, never complained demeanor. I always looked forward to seeing what style her hair would be in because it changed all the time. And she was always good to give you some guidance as to what to get when you go to Trader Joe's. She was like my Trader Joe's expert to give me how to shop for there. But her strength and warmness was just unparalleled. The second group of people that I'm here to speak for are the radiology residents, because I'm the supervisor of the radiology residents. And Judith worked the shift where the radiology residents were unsupervised. So I have a specific gratitude for Judith because she most certainly saved my residents, or the Rush residents, lots of trouble, not to mention the patients in the hospital. I was able to contact many of the residents that I will say I didn't train, but Judith trained. And everybody had just such nice memories and things to say. And I'm going to just read a few of some direct quotes that were texts and emails I got back. I contacted over 15 people who contacted me back about her. She was the best. She made my nights so wonderful. She taught me everything I know about ultrasound. She was more like a friend. She taught me so much. I never stressed about ultrasound when I saw she was there. I knew I would be okay when I saw her, that she was there, that she would get me through the night and I wouldn't miss anything. She saved my life. She was the best. So it's just a complete unknown group of residents and people that she touched, not to mention all of the patients that she helped, because who knows what these people would have thought without her assistance and guidance. So I'm so grateful for everything she's done for the future of radiology and for all of us. And just really will miss her around here.
I got a call from Damaris, and several of us had gotten together and wrote just a bunch of things about Judith, and we wanted to express ourselves. So I'm reading this, but this is on behalf of all the technologists. Let us remember Judith. Judith was a dutiful wife to Iman, a loving mother to Tino and Taka, a woman of faith, a true lady. We've lost one of the kindest and most gentlest people we have ever had the privilege to know. Each day, Judith came to work with a cheerful, contagious smile. She was not only a coworker, to many of us, she was a friend. We all came to trust her judgment and wisdom, as well as her well-thought-out and helpful advice. Judith truly led by example. Her intelligence, hardworking ethic, and compassion for her patients made her one of the most respected technologists here at Rush. And that respect was well-deserved, and it's that respect that brought us all here today. Judith had a positive influence on everyone sitting in this room, and she's left many of us with so many wonderful memories. She was a really great girl. I'm going to take this time and invite anybody who wanted to share a brief story or talk about it.
I'm not good morning. But I just want to share with you all that I was the tech aide in ultrasound, and all of these girls were just, we were all like family. So everybody knew that they had kids, you know, I was all into them. Sometimes Judy, I would ask her to bring the boys up to the job, and I would just kind of keep them with me until their dad picked them up. So I want to share with you what an excellent mom she was, because the places that I took the boys, I used to take them on just to eat, and we would go to Lulu's. And the people at Lulu's remember them. They're just their spirit. They would teach them how to speak in their language. Cheese fries. And when I go there, they would ask, you know, when are the boys coming back? You know? And there was just such a delight. The Italian ices, people would stand around. They would just talk to them. They was just wonderful boys. And I know, you know, she is an excellent co-worker, but her spirit is definitely going to travel through those boys. You know, I just want to share that with you all. She was such an excellent mom. So I just want to share that. And I love you all.
You have some other memories to share. And during the slideshow, I invite you to, if you'd like, come forward and remember Judith in your own quiet way, lighting a candle. If you'd like.
just like to read a short poem for Judith. You can find it on the back. Or in the program. Don't grieve for me, for now I'm free. I took his hand when I heard him call. I turned my back and left it all. If my parting has left a void, then fill it with remembered joy. My life has been full. I savored so much. Good friends, good times, a loved one's touch. A friendship shared, a laugh, a kiss. Ah yes, these things I too shall miss. Perhaps my time seemed all too brief. Don't lengthen it now with undue grief. Lift up your hearts and share with me. God wanted me now, He set me free.
And, do you notice? From the one flame, the many, from Judith's one life, to touch the hearts of many. Some of them here in this room, and some in many places not here, for whom you remember her and honor her this day. For life well lived, for love shared, for joy given and received. You've told some of the stories today. You've shared some of the laughter and you've shed some of the tears, but you'll continue to do that, as Eileen mentioned. There's an opportunity when we're finished here to gather together in room 158, which is around the corner over here, the what was it?
Neurology room.
The neurology room, for refreshments, for a time of reception, to be together, and to keep telling stories, to keep remembering Judith's life. I want to take the opportunity to thank those who have made this time possible. In particular, Eileen, who really has exercised wonderful leadership in this time. To Damaris Gonzalez for coordinating this service. To Margie Smock, who I think is the one who's responsible for these beautiful. Marianne did those, this lovely memory, and you can pick these up in the back. To Boris Schur, our technical advisor, beautiful memory, and of course to Daniela, and all those in the ultrasound lab who have contributed to this time. There's a collection being taken for Judith's two sons, Tino, who's 14, and Taka, who's 12. There's a basket and envelopes at the back table. So I encourage you to think about ways in which you might support them. Now as we leave, I want you to remember, as you know, that life is short. And we have no time to waste to gladden the hearts of others who share this journey with us. So be quick to love, make haste to be kind, be swift to serve, and may that peace which passes all understanding abide with you this day and forever. Amen. And go in